Okay, you guys, so you've asked for new fiber gel colors and we've got them. So the first one is our Nude Pink. Now, when you're working with the fiber gel, you can either apply it with a little bit more pressure to get a thinner coat. But what I actually like to do is I will kind of float my product on. So it's going to build up that nail just a little bit more. It's a little bit more like you're working with a hard gel. It still is a soft gel, but if you want to build up a little bit more thickness and let those fibers in that gel work a little bit more, just kind of float over the surface. So you can see it's just a really pretty, kind of a soft nude pink, nice and opaque. Okay, we'll go ahead and cure that coat for 30 seconds. We can go into our second layer. Go ahead and brush that product on. So it's going to be a little bit more of an opaque color rather than a translucent color like our original fiber gel. And you'll notice that this does kind of self-level a little bit. So give it just a second before you put it into the light. That way you'll get a nice smooth finish on there. And again, we'll cure that for a quick 30-second freeze. And I'll show you our second color. And this is just a really pretty soft white. So again, you can use it for full coverage like we did the pink. Or I'm actually going to show you how to use the pink and the white together for an ombre. And we'll cure that for 30 seconds. All right, so again with our second layer, you can see that this is turning to a nice opaque color. It's going to just be that really pretty soft white. This is actually a similar color to our core white acrylic. So if you're a core white user, you're going to love this color too. So at this point, they do have that tacky surface and you can cleanse that and just leave the nails as they are. I personally like to finish them with our ManiQ Top Coat because I really like that high shine that the ManiQ is going to give us. So go ahead and apply one coat of your ManiQ Top Coat, and then we will cure these in the light for a full cure of 60 seconds. Okay, so our ManiQ Top Coat has cured. I'm just going to use our ManiQ Cleanse to remove that tacky surface. And then if you need to, you can always come around the edges to clean up any uneven edges if you need to. I'm just going to use my 150 grit file just to gently reshape if I need to. Again, using your file at this point isn't going to do anything to the bond. We've already protein bonded the nail, so you're going to have that good bond. This is just going to smooth out those edges, give you a really nice shape. Okay, so you're not going to have any issues with lifting or chipping or separating after filing. Let's show you how to do the ombre. So again, I've started the nail already prepped. I've applied my coat of protein bond. Now I'm going to apply my pink. A lot of times I'll do that initial base layer so that when I float a little bit more product on, it'll just kind of self-level a little bit more into that base layer. So I feel like that base just gives us a little bit more flow. We'll go ahead and cure that first coat. I'm just going to apply one more thin coat because I don't need to build this up too much thicker, just to give it a little bit more structure. And we'll come back in with our white. Now because this is a soft white, it's going to really blend well into that pink. So I'm just going to start by doing just a thinner coat on my free edge. And you can use whatever brush you like for blending. I'm just going to use a fan brush today. And I'm just going to start to kind of blend that up into my pink. Now with that first coat, you don't necessarily see a lot of that transition, and that's okay. We're just going to kind of build on to that transition. We'll come back with our second coat, and this time I am going to float just a little bit more of that product on. I'm not putting a lot of pressure into my brush. Okay, same thing, I'm just going to use my blending brush, fan brush, whichever kind of brush you're using, just to lightly pull that white back and start to blend that. So we're going to cure that for a quick 30 seconds. I like it just a little bit whiter, just a little brighter on the end, so I'm going to do one more coat just to make that just a hair more bold. And these two colors, they just blend so well together that you really don't have to do a whole lot of work to get that ombre. So I'm going to go ahead in with my ManiQ Top Coat. Because I've got that ombre in there, I want to make sure that I have a really good seal on this. because if I do need to do maybe any buffing or anything like that, just to smooth anything out, that top coat is going to seal my design in. I'm just going to use a little bit of our ManiQ Cleanse to clean off that tacky surface. Now on this one, I am seeing that it's not as smooth as I would like. So again, I'm just going to take my 150 grit file. I'm going to smooth out my sides. Normally on a client, you're not going to turn that finger around, but on a practice sand, we'll go ahead and turn it around. Now, if you do have a lot of smoothing to do, you can go in with your 150 grit file. I'm just going to come in with my 180 sponge buffer just to kind of smooth that surface out a little bit. Now you want to make sure that if you do need to do any of filing or buffing like this, that you do put that top coat on, so again, you don't file or change out that blend, so that ombre blend. Okay, so just a little bit of buffing just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. I'm going to put my tip back on. I'm going to cleanse that nail, and then I will go into a coat of my top coat. Now, if you want to, you can use a coat of the protein bond if you're concerned about your top coat chipping. Or if you were using a smoother buffer, I would definitely recommend using at least a 180. If not, go back into your 150 grit file to make sure that that nail has a little bit of grit so that your top coat won't chip off. And again, we'll cleanse that, and we'll use a coat of our protein bond just to make sure that we've got that really good adhesion for our top coat. We'll do one quick coat of our top coat. We'll cure that in the light for a full 60 seconds, and again finish by wiping off that tacky surface with our ManiQ Cleanse. And our ombre is all set to go. So we've got our two new fiber gel colors and a beautiful ombre that you can do with them. So hope you guys enjoy.